Hi, welcome back. Adam here at Comic Book World. Just gonna go through a quick video with a load of comics. These are like quite literally all the comics I own currently. I plan in the future, obviously, as part of the ongoing research to collect more, but it's not really like collecting for collecting. It's collecting just to see the artwork, really. I'm not too really concerned at looking at the stories, but it's the artwork that I'm really interested in. So I've got quite a variety of artwork at the moment. Some of them actually I've kind of got digitally, and I've put on like my a tablet to quickly read, or I put them on disc here. I mean it's all the classics really that I've got digitally because um, they're really I imagine to get them would be quite expensive. I know the British versions aren't that expensive, but to get the versions that I've got here would be quite expensive to collect. So this is again just for pure research. This isn't taking away from anything or profit wise, but it's just a variety. I mean, I've got some X Files, I've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Batman, Superman, Star Wars. Um, there's quite a variety there, but in actual physical book form. I mean, I've also got like Transformers, He-Man, a lot of 80s nostalgic shows on comic book form, but the ones I've actually got in hardbacks here or in paperbacks here are just to ease me in. So I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan, so naturally I got hold of some Star Wars ones. So we've got the Episode One Phantom Menace here, which has got some real nice artwork in it. Um, quite a visual style. I mean, it almost looks like they've just computerized the film, and uh, and that's what's gone into the story, the book here. And I understand that this was actually made up of a few comics, and this has been sort of put into a trade paperback now for the episode one. There's an episode two here, which is still in its plastic bag actually, which is a bit tatty now, but and again the same sort of similar style really. The artwork in this one is exactly just like episode one. Follows the film. I have not read it all the way through, but follows the film, you know, to the letter really. Um, get that back in its bag. Gotta keep these things protected. You never know if they'll be worth anything in the future. So then I've got Tales of the Jedi. This is just like an old library copy, really. It's got a similar style of art, though. If that's sort of what the Star Wars books are, all the same type of art, I really don't know. But I'm finding that out. The more I read, the more I understand about the various different artists and how they've got their own style. And as I meet with artists, finding out what their style is, there's hundreds of styles. Everyone's different, and it's quite amazing. These two, I won't go into detail on these. These are the run that came out either last month or a couple of months back. Um, these are the new Marvel-owned Star Wars ones, and these are actually pretty good. I've actually covered these in a separate video. If you want to go check out my Star Wars collection, I go through with them in them videos. Um, I'll just quickly show you though the inside on one of them because thinking about it actually, I might have saved them for this video. But they both are the same. This is the second issue. I kind of wish I showed you the first one now, but it actually starts off with a nice crawl, and it kind of just opens up like a film. The story in here is a really nice one, and the characters you really feel like it is back to the original trilogy type of story. The events happen just after episode four, so it kind of follows on from A New Hope, and it does feel like that as well. The characters when you're reading them. Got these ones. These ones have got various different styles in again of the art. some really nice imagery in here, some really lovely pictures here. These comics were courtesy of the comic book store, and they this one's a black and white Batman. So we've got some nice visuals, and the good thing about this one is it's got 5 different stories within, and 5 different styles within. So it really gives you a diversity. And then Knights of the Dinner Table, I don't know, but it's kind of like a He-Man sort of alternate world or something. It's kind of weird, but it almost looks like a coloring book. It sort of begged that it wants to be colored in, and especially when you see the front cover, and then you'll go inside, and again, I'm looking at these through novice eyeballs, but to me, it's like I want to get in there and I want to color all this in because I want it looking as good as that. Um, Deedlit's Tale, Record of Lodoss War. It's a manga. It's a Japanese comic, black and white again. Nice pencil, like nice lines here. I like them, even if it is black and white. I'm more of a color person, personally, but it's still nice. It still looks good, and it still gives me a good choice. Now, the rest of these here, I've got actually another one, which is a comic, which is the. I mean, this was probably about last year. Avengers Assemble. It's actually a nice story, and the artwork again, I really quite like this style of art. You know, it's very the panels in here are very sort of for cinema. You know, it's in fact it's got one shot in here which is probably on the centerfold, as I'm sure most of them are, where it's like it's all happening. I mean, it's like whoa. Um, but the story on here is actually quite good, and I tell you that would be a good film. And I've got quite a few Avengers actually. This is the prelude to the Avengers film. So this is the events leading up to the Avengers film for the characters of Nick Fury and Iron Man and Captain America. And these are really interesting visuals in here. The illustrations on here are really the colors, the lines, even the actions. I mean, look at Nick there. He's like, ah, ew. It's like, oh, it's yeah. These are very nicely done. Very sort of thematic, dark and gritty, just like the movies. Um, Same with this one, really. There's a slight difference in the lines, but and the style changes throughout, but it is pretty much the same. I mean, Iron Man, as you saw then, looks like Iron Man. You can't go wrong. If Iron Man looks like Iron Man, you've done your job, you know. Um, Saying that, I've also got the Avengers Origins, which is quite a nice book, with the advent now of Age of Ultron coming out, and you've got Ant-Man coming out, and Luke Cage, I think, is going to be in the future. I'm not too sure, but it's got the origin story of Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Vision, Luke Cage, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver, and Thor. And I tell you, the arts in here, again, the illustrations are just absolutely gorgeous to look at. Just absolutely, I mean, I could just stare at this all day. And the story as well, the Ant-Man story. I read, sorry, the Ant-Man all the way through, and that is a really nice story as a origin story. Now I know it's not the way it's going to be in the film, but even so, it's a very thrilling book, really thrilling read. And again, this is from somebody who's not really been, picking up comics in the past years. And I've also got a couple of Iron Man ones, which I want to go through with all the rest of them in another video because I'm running out of time, basically. So I'll make a new video and I'll upload it all onto YouTube, and you can follow it there. Go check out Comic Book World Project on a website, like it on Facebook, support it, because I'm going to be creating with a team a comic book that is going to change my life and everybody involved. So take care, bye bye.